the whole of the A689 all to myself. This is our last day in Scotland. It's another beautiful morning. The sun is out, there's hardly a cloud in the sky, and it's going to be another great day for a drive. It's unfortunate really that I have to head back to England so soon. The roads up here are absolutely fantastic. You could easily spend a good 5 days up here discovering roads, discovering fantastic views, and not get bored. Whether or not you'd get the kind of weather that I've been lucky enough to have is another thing entirely. I've just been very lucky with the weather. Nevertheless, I have to get back. We're going to go through the Trossachs and we're going to go via the Pennines. So we're going to take some really high mountainous roads yet again. Let's get underway. We are only just a few minutes from the hotel and already we have got some absolutely spectacular views. It's a shame I'm stuck behind a car that's doing 28 miles an hour in a 60 mile an hour zone. It can be a bit frustrating, but when you've got these beautiful views that I'm looking at across the lochs here, it's actually, you don't really want to be going too fast and miss it all. I am going to get past this guy though, otherwise we'll be there all day. This is the thing about Scotland. To me, it just encompasses so many different roads and scenery. An opportunity to open up. This is quite good. It should be interesting. 13 miles to go. Okay, we're into a 40 mile an hour limit now. We're going to ease it back. I'm going to drop it back into natural mode. And I'm going to put the cruise control on and just lock it into 40 miles an hour. So this is another thing I love about this Alfa Romeo in terms of the way it's featured, because for such a stripped out car, the fact it's got a cruise control is really good. Okay, we've gone through the 40 zone and we're back out onto the main road. Just driving at a nice steady 50 or 60 miles an hour is just right. It's plenty. I mean, just look at this road. Scotland just seems, when it comes to roads with beautiful views, it just keeps going and going and going. I really don't have enough camera battery and camera storage capacity to record all of this. Got some warning signs there telling us 3/4 of a mile of strong bends, and you can see them coming up. Look at this. Who needs to go to Switzerland when you can have roads and views like this? What's also so amazing is there's virtually no one on them. I mean, we're at 10 o'clock in the morning back home. The roads would be really busy now, but there's virtually no one on these roads. When I change gear as we're going along, I can hear the turbos kicking in. It so much reminds me of my old Lotus Esprit Turbo, the noise this thing makes. Okay, sharp bend, we're changing down through the bend. We're on it again on the gas. Hear those turbos kicking in again. Back down through the bends. Making sure we're not going too fast, keeping the view ahead. Very much in line. More sharp bends. Drop it a gear, we're back through. Line summit, and we're catching up with a few cars now, so I think when this car was built and they tested it on the road in Italy, these are the kind of roads they tested it on and said, yeah, that's a good car, we're happy. Roads, it's suddenly it's tightened up a fair bit. This is quite a thin road, but the way it snakes along the water side is, I mean, look at this. I'm having to be quite careful on this road because there's not a lot of width to play with, and this 4C is a wide car. Whoa, I have to say that motorhome back there was pretty close. I mean, I'm just doing 25 miles an hour now, even though it's officially a 50. It's just way too thin, and a whole load of cars have got stuck on the other side there because a coach was trying to get through. Still not out of Scotland yet, but just pulled in at the Duck Bay Inn, which is a beautiful place right on the side of Loch Lomond. Great place to get a coffee by the looks of it. Just stopping for a quick coffee break and a natural comfort break before going on and crossing the border into England. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do when I get this car home is clean it, because in Scotland they have some really big birds, or they must do, because how big a bird does it take to make a poo of that size? I'm on the M74, and the speed limit on this motorway, even though it's a motorway, in the vast majority is 50 miles an hour. It's just going up to 60 miles an hour. Well, look at all these cars just flying past me. I mean, I'm at 60 now. I'm on a motorway. In theory, everybody assumes that the motorway speed on a motorway like this is 70 miles an hour. Not on this one. I'm just pulling over to put the roof on. Right, I'm just going to quickly pull over and put the roof on because I'm doing quite a bit of motorway work. Unfortunately, this route has put me onto the motorway for a fair bit, and it's getting quite uncomfortable with all the buffeting and the wind noise. So I'm going to put the roof on until we get onto some good A roads. Okay, just fueled up the tank once again as we head out towards the Pennines, and that's another £42 worth of fuel just gone in. When I get to 100 miles left in the tank, that £42 worth of fuel seems to be about right, and I'm putting in super unleaded as well on that, so that's not bad. And I'm going to try and use this sat nav to plan a thrill as it does, by putting in my destination and seeing if it can come up with a bit more of an interesting route than the one I've put into it. Now, here's something you don't see every day: a load of geese in a service station. We're literally in a fuel station here, and we've got a whole load of geese. What on earth is going on with that? Anyway, here you go. Literally within 30 seconds of me punching plan a thrill into this sat nav, it's taken me immediately off the M74, which is what I was on, and put me straight onto a fast B road. A7 going south, major A road, and I thought it was going to keep me on that, but the sat nav has now taken me off that and onto the A6071, and this is getting interesting. Well, it does appear that this little sat nav has found me a really good road. Waiting. Sure, we're going to get past this car in a second and reclaim a bit of open road. Good, here we go. Yay! Okay, the fun can resume, as can going at the normal speed limits. God, how do those people get anywhere? Well, we are finally about to recross the border back into England, just so unannounced compared to going into Scotland a few days ago when it was all full of tourists and buses and flags and everything else. This is just a quiet road that says welcome to England. We're now into the beautiful rolling roads of North Pennines in Cumbria. Now these roads are not as easy to negotiate as they were up in Scotland. The corners are far tighter. You get slow cars and tractors. Coming into a village area now, but it does look like ahead of me I do have an opportunity. Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to squeeze past nice and carefully, and away we go. Looks like we do have a little bit of road to play with at last. Woohoo! We're in dynamic mode, so that accelerator's highly responsive. And now we've got a road closed sign. Road closed. So that warning sign was exactly as I thought. How do we get around this? Is there a diversion? I don't know. Damn. Is there no way around?
Just take your team down to you'll be out there now.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah. So I can go through?
Yeah, we just take
Oh, good man. Oh, okay, I'll take it. If I take it steady then, thank you. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. He's let me go through, even though the road is closed officially. I've stopped the guy and asked him, and you saw that, and he's let me go through. How good is that? So we can carry on and take this road. Now here's what's great. If he hasn't let anyone else go through, we've got the whole road to ourselves. The whole road to ourselves. I am so glad I stopped that guy and asked him. The whole of the A689 all to myself. Oh. Okay. Seem to be descending now. Well, we've still got 6.5 miles of this left to go. Whoa, something hit the underside of the car there, don't know what that was. The only thing with this road is it's really badly surfaced around here. again, we've got another road ahead closed sign. Oh no. I don't know whether this road is closed yet again, but there's certainly cars coming the other way, so I don't know whether to believe the signs or not. So many loose surface chippings on this road that can damage the paintwork of your car, and also it's a bloody hard road to drive, I'll be honest. Well, we're climbing back up again. I mean, it twists and turns, which is great, but you can't afford to make any mistakes at all. There's no long open bends like there were when we were in Scotland. It's alright having the road to yourself, but even when you've got it to yourself, it's bloody dangerous. I feel the tension in my shoulders, trying to keep focused. Get more pretty poor old cobbled roads. Through Ulston, which is one of the towns leading to the highest roads in England, if I remember correctly, and I can tell because my ears have just popped. I keep seeing the odd sign saying road closed, but the roads aren't actually closed. Now this really must be the roof of England. I can really feel the pressure on my ears, and my ears keep popping as we go across the top, and we appear to have reached the peak. I think we have. Nice and steady. As we roll it round. Nice and steady. We don't want to be, we're not here to break any records now. My God, we are such a long way up. Whew. I'm taking it steady because these roads are very unevenly cambered, but the view, if you're getting this, is pretty spectacular again. Let's see if I can pull over. I'm just going to pull over here so you can see. We'll take a quick look. Whew. Just want you to take a look at the view. I believe I'm right at the peak. It's just me and some sheep at the moment. But there we go. Got the bike going past. Great biker route this. Open up a bit now. At last we can get more of a flow to the road. Up to now it's been so tight, very difficult, but impossible really to get a flow to the car and still be safe. Just pulled over at last for a cold drink and a break and a chance to get out of the car. That trip across the top of the Pennines has really taken it out of me. I'm absolutely shattered. When you've got a car as twitchy as the Alfa on roads that are really badly cambered with potholes all over the place, and the way the road swaps and turns constantly, it's really knackering. I've basically sat in that car almost since I left Scotland and now I'm only, well, less than 20 minutes from my destination for tonight in North Yorkshire. So my back's aching a bit and I'm feeling a bit tired, and I think I'm going to sleep like a log tonight. I've finally arrived at my destination for tonight, which is in North Yorkshire, where I'll be staying with my friends Alan and Helen, who have kindly agreed to put me up for the night, which is very much appreciated. And before I sign off for tonight, I'm going to have a quick look at the numbers, have a look at the stats. Tank range left now is 194 miles. Now that's not too bad when you consider that I last filled this up back up in Scotland, just as we were coming off the M74. So that's how many miles we've got left in the tank. Here's the interesting one. So average fuel consumption is 41.5 mpg. I mean, that's just phenomenal when you consider that that average fuel consumption includes all of the distance I've travelled so far, including going over mountains, driving across the top of the Pennines with all the stop-start and hard acceleration, etc. That's astounding. There you go, distance travelled 936 miles. So by the time I get home, that'll be more like 1100. Because I've still got to get home. So 936 miles, and average speed 47 miles per hour, and travel time, I've now done 20 hours of net driving time in this car.